Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, Spoop. Grinder? Grinding all over DSOD? This isn't 2015. Well, you'd be wrong. The average Payday player has no idea what they're talking about, but the community consensus on Grinder is absolutely baffling. Most people think it's a Death Wish deck, or just not good. Aside from something being a Death Wish deck being a myth conjured by skill issue, Grinder is just flat out good. It gives you extra health and healing via dealing damage if you're using Suit or LBV, and that is all it needs. Technically you get extra Pierce, but like, who cares? Anyway, other decks may have God Mode and 3-shot and Panic, but despite what most people believe, regenning from a heavy shot by killing like 2 enemies is good enough. Grinder permits extremely aggressive plays if you can shoot your gun, which most players can't, but it's there. Speaking of aggressive plays, they massively help the weapons of this build. Lots of people think that Akimbo SMGs can't be ammo positive and need ammo bags, but with the DPS and health sustainability to run to every single ammo drop and charge every spawn group, they do just fine. Akimbo SMGs are also just plain broken and melt everything in the game, especially with crits, which this build has. The other weapon is a tool in my ongoing campaign to get people to use more than 2 weapons in this game. The Para is a very solid SMG that performs well and sustains quite good. The reload is kind of ugly, but there's a mod for that, so it's fine, just like everything in this game. Aside from Armorer for pure safety, Grinder is probably one of the best decks for people starting out to use on DS, if you ignore Stoic, Leech, and Hacker. It requires that you actually shoot guns, which is a good habit to learn. If you can do well with Grinder, I estimate that you're better than 90% of pub players. The only real advice for playing this build I can give is to not miss too many shots, as Akimbo SMGs are still Akimbo SMGs regardless of how many ammo boxes you slurp up by sprinting to all of them with your epic maneuverability from your LBV. Your Para should sustain just fine, but I do recommend juggling both weapons. Running out of ammo in one is just plain irritating, especially if there's a dozer or a large spawn group. Being stuck with the Para in those kind of situations is kind of annoying. That's really all you need to know. This build is very simple. I just want to dispel the belief that Grinder is a bad deck or it's made for Death Wish. Everykin can do well on Death Sentence, and Grinder isn't even bad. Considering how simple it is, I'd imagine most people do fine with it. Sadly, there isn't a Grinder build in any 55 DSOD meta builds video, so no one touches it. But now, you know that it does work, and it can work very well. So go play Grinder. I don't care how you do it, just play Grinder. If I see a single Grinder player in one of my pubs, I will be very pleased. And don't play the copycat version, because that's not based. I just wanted to give a special thank you to Bay1K for teaching me how to do very simple video editing. I'm kind of new to this, and Bay1K is a significantly better video maker and player despite what he says. If you don't know about Bay1K, which I'd imagine most people don't, you should definitely go check him out. He makes better content than me, and he's better at the game than me. Bay1K, more like Gay1K, got him.